How about that? Did you see the fish fly out of the water?
I was a little distracted by the fish this morning, I will admit that.
You really? See, it is a distraction. Those fish jumping out of the water, you're trying to shoot at that target 70 meters away. This just is not all that easy. World Cup, or I should say the women's gold medal match. And we're going to see Ya-Ting one more time, but first meet Hyebhin from Korea, another Korean archer, making her first appearance on the World Cup stage. She survived a tiebreaker this week in qualification, otherwise made it through without too much trouble. But making her first appearance on the international stage, and now Ya-Ting is making her third appearance of the day.
She's going to have a overweight luggage with medals, I think, on the way home.
In this heat, and, you know, obviously she appears to be in great shape, but do you start to wear down a little bit?
You have to know when to have, we call it narrow and wide focus, when to actually turn on the engine and turn it off. Because you can't be in competition mode for the whole time, even in between matches. You have to know when to relax. You have to know your body and know when to be able to say, okay, I just finished a match. I can relax, I can breathe, I can do this, I can do that, whatever. And each archer has their own coping mechanisms. And then to be able to bring it back in and get that narrow focus back in and say, okay, this is my job, I've got to do this. So it looks like Ya-Ting is really good at that today, especially in this heat with this type of level of competition, going for a third medal. She's coming out of this with a medal. At the worst, it's a silver. But she's not thinking about that. She wants that gold.
So Ya-Ting, her third appearance on the shooting line today. Dead center, down the middle, right down Broadway.
I mean, the only way you can get better than that is hitting the spider in the middle of the target, but an X will do.
Doesn't phase her opponent, Hyebhin from Korea. Also in the 10 ring. Game on, Garth.
I think her name should be Ya-Ting.
Ya-Ting?
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, YouTube.
So far, 4 shots, 4 10s. Three in a row. Forget the flying fish. That's a flying start for both of those archers. How about that?
Oh, my goodness. This is amazing.
All right, it's on now.
It is on.
It's on. It's on.
It says, I don't care what you shoot, I'm still going to shoot a 30. And even if you shot a 30, I'm not letting you have any room whatsoever. That's amazing shooting. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that done.
On a warm Sunday afternoon in Shanghai. These two are really heating it up right now, right out of the chutes. Both of them shooting 3 straight 10s. Ya-Ting set the tone early on. She almost hit the spider. Almost got that X, but it didn't phase her opponent. Hyebhin not rattled at all.
I will say, as an archer, it's kind of sucks to shoot a 30 and only get 1 point out of it. You'd expect to get 2 points out of your 30, but it's...
On the other hand, maybe you have to look at it this way. If I hadn't shot that 30, I'm down 2-0.
Yep, that's a definite good way of looking at it.
Gotta look for those silver linings, Crispin. I'll work with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
And the first shot that's not a 10.
But that's good. It's still good.
Hyebhin. And she had been very good up till that point.
That was the wrong target. There we go.
We'll find that target. There's the 9. Or an 8, excuse me.
It's a 9. We're tied.
Almost in exactly the same spot.
10 to win this set. There it is.
And she got it.
And so the interesting thing here that we've seen is a lot of archers focus on what happens when shooting is bad. And I think I've said this one before. A lot of archers train for that. What happens when you shoot bad? What happens if this happens? What happens if that happens? But a lot of archers also have to train what happens if you're shooting good. If you're on a roll or on a streak,
how do you
30s,
stay on that?
How do you stay on that, or how do you calm your mind to not think about what you're doing? And that's one of those situations here. I know that my coach probably would have said, how come you didn't shoot any 10s there? Or as many 10s, because you just did it. It's something that a lot of archers have to train, and there are various training techniques that archers use to train for the condition or the instant of shooting well. And that's one thing that these girls probably have done before. It was a little bit of a surprise that both of them shot 30. That's closer.
Trying to get back in there. She had 3 straight 10s to start this match. Then in that second set, a 9, an 8, and a 9. Now another 9 for Tan Ya-Ting and a 9 for Hyebhin. It's so interesting how you can be that sharp to start off a match, and all of a sudden now.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like the conditions have changed on the field of play, at least that I can see.
Hyebhin in position to take this set as well after that 10. Overcorrecting?
Yeah, I saw her moving her sight after the second shot. I'm wondering if that was a little too preemptive.
In any case, the set goes to the Korean Hyebhin.
And that quickly, we are at 5-1.
So after watching Kim Chae-yoon win the women's bronze medal, another newcomer, another youngster, Hyebhin, coming out, weathering the storm early on as Tan Ya-Ting posted 3 straight 10s. She matched those 3 straight 10s, and now she's won the next 2 sets and is in command of this match, leading it 5-1. So essentially right now, Tan Ya-Ting has got to win the next 2 sets.
She needs to win just to force a shoot-off.
Just to force a shoot-off. A fact I'm sure she is more than well aware of. You have to be aware of that, but you can't let that pressure get to you.
Chances are she's not exactly thinking about that. She's thinking about shooting, executing good shots. But that's just on paper what she needs to do.
That is what we saw in that opening set.
That opening arrow, actually. I think that was matching her opening arrow a little bit closer, actually.
Look of determination on the face of Hyebhin.
Tan Ya-Ting can't afford a tie here. Needs to shoot a 10 just to put a little bit of pressure. 9 high.
Door is wide open now.
A 9 will win.
Hyebhin for the gold. Instead, is it outside? It looks like it's an 8, but they put the asterisk up, so
we need to see what that arrow call is. She had a little bit of a shaky bow arm when she was at full draw, and that's being the rookie on the field. And we're looking at
that's nerves, isn't it?
That is nerves, and
well,
that's going to get an arrow call.
It looks like it's grazing the line.
Yeah, and again, if you're new to archery and don't know the rules, if an arrow is touching the line of the higher value,
just barely touching it,
then it's the higher score, because the outside circumference of that thick ring is what counts as the next higher value.
You can see the judge again shooing away the
coaches.
The coaches.
I should say the arrow agents.
Yes.
And they're being pulled now. And the hand is up, and it shows Korea.
It is Korea winning it. The gold medal goes to Hyebhin. Had to wait a moment or two, but the suspense is over, and she has won the gold medal. here at Stage 1 in Shanghai.